Choke, no joke, no joke, no joke, no joke. You know what it is.
In 900 feet, turn left on 12th Street.
What up, what up, what up, world? This is Mr. F.A.B representing Oakland, California. We all have a story to tell and a lesson to learn. This is just my story. The air way, not the other way.
Check it out. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes. DJ S&S the great. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon.
Yo, what's going on? It's Mr. F.A.B, and this is my story coming out of my mouth.
How far did you get in your education?
I went to college. Graduated high school, went to college. I took classes at college. African American Studies minor, very, and then I did curriculum on my own of building from an education. You know, you go through where we're from. We go through the Bay Area is the home of revolution. It's the home of people that challenge the status quo and the social digest and the social unjust. And many of us developed, we're children of Huey Newton, we're children of, the Black Panther Party and other social groups that go against the reform of, what's going on with the normal. So during those school times, I was like, well, I'm not gonna go into the systematic form of curriculum. I'm gonna create my own education of self-educated. You begin to dive into that. And so I stopped going to school, just picked up like personal studies, but I would study like I was in school. You know what I'm saying? I would study like I was in school. So I think a high school diploma with a lot of credits in college that I could finish if I feel like going back.
On the sidebar, you said, y'all from, the school of Huey P. Is that kind of the reason why it's not a strong gang presence in Oakland? Like, y'all police y'all own, kind of like, because I'm sure it's probably gangs here, but it's not heavy as it is other places.
Well, there's no gangs here in Oakland. There's no, the gangs that people have known to understand, like when we talk about Bloods and Crips,
right.
Talk about, P-Stones, GDs, and things of that nature. There's none of that is here. Now we have blocks and hoods that have formed gang ties, and from a distance it would look the same. It plays out in the same characteristics of gang members. And now with the culture of all of the young guys always gang this, gang that, it can be confused for that. But you must understand, in the infancy stages of the Bloods and Crips, they're offsprings of the Panthers. There were community organizations that were created in the curation to protect their communities and govern their own communities. So the offspring of the Bloods and Crips were from Black Panthers, and they stood for other things. It was like brothers against, it was certain different things. Like the original meaning of what Crips meant, right, and what Bloods meant were about community reform, about Black men protecting, governing, and policing their own communities. And so they're the offsprings of the Black Panthers. And from Huey Newton here to Bunchy Carter in LA, you see similarities in their movements. But the Bloods and Crips were never able to infiltrate here, the politics of Oakland, because of a strong Black Panther uprooted, socially conscious brothers that were here.
At what age do you feel you became an adult?
I didn't become an adult till my mother died. And my mother died when I was 27, 28. And the reason why I say that is because I knew that I would always have a crutch and a cushion. And in life, crutches and cushions are those points where we never fall and fully hit the ground. We never hit the asphalt. We always have something to hold us down. There's a mattress there. When my mother died, it removed the crutch and the cushion. And the reality of I had no one to fall on, that I had if I fell, then I would fall and hit the concrete. I began more mindful of my steps, and steps became calculated after that, because it wasn't just reckless living. It wasn't just moving. It just wasn't, oh, I could do this, and at the end of the day, I know right or wrong, heaven or hell, my mother's going to be there for me. And when she died, that was removed from me, and that made me address adulthood like I had never addressed it before in life. And I feel like that's the age that I became an adult. Responsibilities of just simple things, even as paying bills. Like I would always, nowadays we have auto pay and things like that. We got auto pay, but my mom was auto pay every month. Take this. She pay all the bills, do all the, secretarial work and things of that nature. But once that was removed, it was more so like, oh damn, I owe $700 on this. Oh, I got to pay the bill. And it wasn't that I didn't have it. It's just you're so used to having that program. When that program was removed, I had to look adulthood in the eye, and it was very challenging, because for so long my mother was not only my best friend, but we had a mother-son relationship, a brother-sister relationship. It was, we played several different roles, and we grew up together. My mother had me when she was young, so we grew up together. So it's very different when you're dealing with those kind of situations in a maternal type situation with moms. It's tough. So I say about 27, 28. What up, world? This is Mr. F.A.B representing Oakland, California. We all have a story to tell and a lesson to learn. This is just my story, the airway.